Welcome to this module where we'll be talking about common pitfalls and how to avoid them, where we focus on protecting yourself, protecting the buyer, and preventing legal drama. Selling privately puts you in control, but it also comes with responsibilities. One overlooked clause, one hidden defect, or one verbal promise can turn an exciting sale into a legal nightmare. Court cases over private home sales in South Africa are rare, but when you do happen, they're usually expensive, emotionally draining, and entirely avoidable. That's what this chapter is for, to help you avoid the common traps, respect the buyer's legal rights, and manage your sale with professionalism with the support of a competent conveyancer. Your conveyancer is your legal guide, but you're still in the driver's seat. A conveyancer's role is to draft the necessary documentation, submit legal paperwork, handle funds securely, and protect your legal rights during the sale. But even with a strong conveyancer, you still need to know what's going on. Why? So you can spot red flags early. So you know when to follow up or escalate. So you're not blindsided by issues that could have been prevented. Being informed doesn't replace your attorney. It empowers you to stay ahead. Real-life pitfalls to learn from. Number 1, undisclosed structural issues. A seller failed to mention a severe damp problem. After moving in, the buyer discovered the damage and successfully sued for repairs. Number 2, unapproved building work. The seller promised the plans were in progress. They weren't. The buyer took the matter to arbitration and won because of misrepresentation. Number 3, illegally shared ownership. One spouse tried to sell the home without the other's consent. The transaction was reversed, and the seller had to pay legal costs. Number 4, refusing buyer occupation. Even though the occupation date was in the signed agreement, the seller denied access. The buyer sued for extra rental and moving costs. Common pitfalls and how to avoid them. Pitfall 1, not disclosing defects. How to avoid it. Use a written disclosure form. Be transparent. Hiding issues puts you at risk. Pitfall 2, accepting offers without proof of funds. How to avoid it. Ask for a pre-approval letter or proof of funds before you sign anything. Pitfall 3, allowing occupation before transfer. How to avoid it. Only allow early occupation with a signed clause in the offer to purchase. Pitfall 4, relying on verbal promises. How to avoid it. Confirm everything in writing, no matter how small. Pitfall 5, assuming the conveyancer will handle everything. How to avoid it. Stay involved, ask questions, track the process. Buyer rights you must respect. Even in private sales, buyers have legal rights. If you breach them, even by mistake, they can take legal action. Here's a buyer rights checklist. Full disclosure of the home's true condition. Receiving the home in the condition agreed upon. Copies of approved building plans if requested. A valid disclosure form. Occupation on the agreed date. Deposits handled safely by the conveyancer, not you. Accurate. Non-misleading information. The right to cancel or seek damages if misled. Your conveyancer should explain these to you. If they don't, it might be time to rethink who you're working with. Smart legal practices to keep you out of trouble. 1. Always use a valid, signed offer to purchase. Don't rely on verbal deals. 2. Provide a completed disclosure form before accepting an offer. 3. Keep written records of all communication, even WhatsApp messages. 4. Take clear photos of the property before and during handover. 5. Let your conveyancer deal with disputes, not you, as they will ensure you stay on the correct legal path. 6. Never accept deposits or allow occupation into your personal account without a signed legal agreement. Banking details and fraud prevention. Here's one more critical pitfall to avoid, and it's a growing issue in South Africa. Always ensure the buyer confirms the conveyancer's banking details before making any large payments. Even though the details are usually listed in the OTP, that doesn't mean they're safe. South African email systems are frequently targeted by cybercriminals who intercept or spoof attorney emails with fraudulent banking details. This is how it works. Hackers sit quietly in email chains. Then, just before payment is due, send a fake email that looks nearly identical to the conveyancer's. They change only one thing: the banking account number. The buyer, thinking it's legitimate, pays willingly. But the account belongs to a scammer. And here's the hard truth. Once that money is sent, the banks and conveyancers can't reverse it. Because the payment was made willingly, no one can be held legally responsible if the funds are already gone. So what should you do? Tell the buyer to phone the conveyancer directly using a verified number to confirm the account number. Ask them to make a small test payment first and then call to confirm it was received before sending the full amount. This one step could protect both you and the buyer from losing hundreds of thousands of rands with no legal recourse. Selling privately gives you freedom, but with freedom comes responsibility. Every mistake we've covered, from disclosure errors to payment fraud, is avoidable. When you lead with transparency, you build trust. When you communicate clearly, you avoid chaos. And when you take fraud seriously, you protect not just yourself, but your buyer too. Legal peace of mind starts with awareness. Now that you know better, you can sell smarter.